Stand up, New York Giants fans. I don't even know why I'm doing this today. It's the New York Giants against the Washington Commanders. Oh, wait, I remember why I'm doing this. Jets and Panthers are off this week. Giants coming off a pretty terrible game, but at least their defense shined in a 14-9 loss to Buffalo, only mired by offensive miscues, namely with Tyrod Taylor fucking it up under center. But with Daniel Jones still out that neck injury, they have to go to him, and they've activated Tom DeVito, as the backup. On the other hand, Atlanta coming off probably their best defensive outing against Washington coming off their best defensive outing against Atlanta last week. This should be an interesting game. Giants need this game just to keep their fucking season afloat. I personally blame this on Bobby Johnson choosing to circumvent and sabotage Daniel Jones by having the front line not even bother to protect him and let him get turned into Swiss cheese week after week until his neck broke. When this season's over, I want Bobby Johnson fired. I'm dead fucking serious about that, folks. I don't know what Jose's up to. Giants in their throwback home blue unis, Commanders in their traditional whites. As I mentioned, the Giants need this motherfucker just to keep their season afloat. Let's just say that for the early part of the season, the Giants have been keeping me busy. I've had to call games in weeks 1, 3, 4, 6, and now 7. I don't have to do another, on paper, I don't have to do another game until November the 12th. The only problem is with that game against Dallas, I'm out of town, and by the time I get back home, the game's probably going to be over anyway. So then after that, it's not until like week 15 against Green Bay, I'm going to be next up on the call. then Christmas Day against Philadelphia, and then maybe the closeout against Philadelphia again. I don't know how this is going to pan out, but I'm going to play it by ear, so to speak. For those wondering if I'll get next week's game, probably not. I'm more likely getting the late game on CBS, which is Cincinnati against San Francisco next week. But I'm not going to find that out until Wednesday. Last year, I was supposed to get this game on Fox, but I got screwed over with Tennessee against Philadelphia. I mean, the minute it turned into a stomp, why didn't they switch it to Washington against New York last year? That always pestered me. Shut up, John Goodman. Both these teams at the bottom of the barrel. Ron Rivera on the left, Brian Daboll on the right. Washington won the toss. They're going to defer it. Slide kicks it away. And that's going to be a touchback. Tyrod Taylor went 24 for 36 last week for 200 yards against Buffalo. That was his first start since against Indianapolis in 2021. Yeah, and stick to the run game this time on the first fucking drive, you sons of bitches. You got Barkley back. Dumbass motherfuckers. 1st and 10 from the 25, Barkley in the backfield. They're going to give it to Barkley, and he's going to get stopped for a loss of 2. Seriously, this O-line is horrible. And why? Because the injury bug is back making up for lost time. Taylor looks, he's going to fire it deep and throws it away. Shepard was the closest target. 3rd down. It was a loss of 1. Son of a bitch. Giants O-line this time around. It's Glowinski, Bredesen, Phillips, Pugh, and McKeithern. Wyatt, Barkley, Robinson, Slayton, Waller, the receivers. 5 wideouts. 3rd and 11 from the 24. Throw it, you son of a bitch. But swatted. You dumbass motherfucker. Payne on the stop. And now the Giants defense will have to step up. Lost -1 yard on that damn drive. This is fucking ridiculous when you think about it, folks. Crowder back at his 22. This time he gets leveled on a return of 8, maybe 9. Hi, Austin. And Sam Howell will set up shop just outside his own 30, outside the Commander 30. Last week against Atlanta, career high 3 touchdowns, 14 of 23 passing, but only 151 yards. So the majority of the receptions that Sam managed to complete were very small in terms of scope. I don't blame you. 1st and 10 from the 31 of the Commanders. Two-back set. And Robinson is stopped after a gain of 1. Commander O-line, Charles Leno Jr., Sambito Charles, Nick Gates, Sam Kumi, and Andrew Weil. Brian Robinson, Terry McLaughlin, Curtis Samuel, and I don't remember the rest. I think it was Dotson. Anyway, pick up a 1.5, maybe 2, 2nd and 8. McFadden, and they got him! Loss of 6, maybe 5. Split sack between Dexter Lawrence and Micah McFadden. "34th time Sam Howell's been stuffed. 3rd and 17 from the 26. We got a flag. So it's going to be a false start on Washington. Who jumped? That's Leno. That pushes the Commanders back to their own 21 or 22-yard line. Giant D has been stepping up the last few games. Jihad Ward, Leonard Will. Yeah, I saw it. 3rd and 21 from the 19. And he basically just gets back to the original scrimmage line, maybe gets 2 yards out of it. 4th down, pick up a 13. Get a little more breathing room for the punt. I don't blame that call. So it was a pick up of 14, so it'll be 4th and 7. Tress way to get rid of it. Kicks away. Personally, I think he was down by contact, so that's not really a fumble. Never mind. That's a fumble, and that's a muff. Giants are lucky they recovered it, but they're going to be in worse field position starting at their own 9-yard line on this drive. Tyrod, you better wake the fuck up on this one, you son of a bitch. Good bugging grief. I don't know what's taking Panera so long to get back to me for my job interview, but I don't care at this point. Seriously, a Sydney NCIS? We're going to Australia? Why? Personally, I think the NCIS name is getting stretched too thin. And it's running its course. Yeah, for those wondering, I have no interest in NCIS Sydney. Yes, Austin, he still is. See a lot of people in the back lot. Okay, so he was down. So the ball was picked up at the 11-yard line. That's where the Giants will start. Shotgun set, Barkley in the pistol formation, Barkley in the backfield. Taking the handoff, throw caught by Shepard, and only get 3 out of it. And not to mention, they haven't had a touchdown at home all year this year. Mostly due to fuck ups on the front line. That said, 2nd and 7 from the 14. They hand it to Barkley. And he only gets back to the line. Maybe he gets 1 yard out of it. 3rd down coming up. Seriously, this is what I mean with Bobby Johnson. He doesn't read spins. He doesn't read stunts. He doesn't read twists. The son of a bitch is a lazy bastard who's leaving these players to die or figure it out for themselves more often than not. So it was a pickup of 1 to the 15. Taylor's going to lob it. Hyatt's got it! First down, Giants! There we go. Pick up a 33. That brings it to the Giant 48. Or to the 43. Pick up a 28. Nope, 33. Pick up to the 48. Barkley finds a hole. He's over the 45, over midfield. He might have gotten the first down, but I can't see from this angle. But either way, that's a pickup of at least 10. We have 9, maybe 10. They're going to say 9. 2nd and 1 from the 43 of the Commanders. Back to Barkley. He's got 45, 40, 35. And he's going to be pushed out to 32. Pickup of 9, I believe. Or 12. He got pushed out the Commander 32. 31. Matt Breida will now come in as Barkley gets that stinger checked on. But we got a Commander gimping off the field. We'll take an injury timeout. 9:24 to go. It's Cody Barton who's limping off. Cody Barton limping off the field for Washington. 6-year vet out of Utah. Okay, never mind. They're not going to go all a timeout. 1st and 10 from the Commander 31. Taylor fakes the hand. Oh, that's Breida. Oh, he did hand it off. Breida up the gut, and he's going to get 6. Breida will get maybe 2 on that one. 3rd down coming up. Yeah, and stay on the damn ground. 3rd and 2 from the 23. Taylor's going to throw deep. Hyatt! Doesn't have it. Incomplete. I thought he had it there. Couldn't secure it. Back to the field goals. Fucker. No control over it. Incomplete. Gano coming out. This will be for a 41-yard attempt. You better not try to risk it, Dable. You got a perfect position to kick it away. Get rid of it. To get on the board. Once again, fans bringing the Boo Birds down despite the fact Gano's been pretty reliable. From 41. And it goes wide left. I thought someone went. And the Boo Birds come down. Son of a bitch. Seriously? Laces fucking out! I came them for fucking long snapper. Once again, the Giants failed to score in the early bits at home. Why do you think they've sucked at home? So this drive ends up with nothing for the G-Men. Again. Son of a bitch. Okay, I get that it's windy today in New York City. That's fine. But that doesn't justify screwing up an easy 42-yarder if you're Graham Gano. That's his fourth missed field goal of the year. One of them's been blocked, and 3 have been shanked. And 3 of those 4 misses have been at home. And I could have swore I saw Commander jump on the play. Gee, I wonder why those 10 Americans are unaccounted for. Oh, wait, it's Biden's boneheadery. Regardless, 1st and 10, Washington's got at their own 32-yard line again. $8:20 left in the quarter. And Cody Barton going to the back and going into the locker room to get his ankle looked at. From the Washington 32, Howell out of the gun, Robinson in the backfield. Throws over the head, incomplete. That was a high for Curtis Samuel. There's Eric Brenaday, the O coordinator of the Commanders. 2nd and 10. And Robinson's going to get smothered after a pickup of 4. 3rd down coming up. Oh, that's not Robinson. That's Rodriguez. Excuse me. Either way, it's a pick up a 4. Robinson comes back in. 3rd and 6 for Washington at their own 36. Nearly picked. That was 37 who was on it. Dotson was the intended receiver, but I don't think he was paying attention. Fourth and 6, Gray back to get the kick again. New England leads Buffalo 10 to a goose egg. Punts away. This time it's going to be a fair catch at the 11. It's going to be another one of those fucking chess match games. Good fucking grief. I don't care for Taylor Swift, Austin. She's a distraction to not just Travis Kelce. She's also a distraction to the NFL and the Kansas City Chiefs on the whole. So I don't give a rat's ass about that bitch. In the meantime, let's check up on Detroit against Baltimore and see how that one's going. This will be brief. Okay, 7-0 Baltimore. Baltimore's got the ball. 7:10 left in the first quarter. And they're at midfield. Flashbacks, Tiki Barber, Osi Manura, Amani Toomer on the Giants' Wall of Honor. 1st and 10. Giants will start once again at their own 11 with 7:25 left in the quarter. Tiki in the broadcast booth for this game. And off to Barkley. Gets a small hole and gets about 4 or 5 on that run to push it to the 15, 16-yard line. Oh, so Martin's in there for a concussion. Play it safe and don't let him come back. Screen pass to Barkley, and he's barely going to get 2 out of that one. By Kendall Fuller on the takedown. I don't even know why he went with the screen pitch. Anyway, 3rd and 4 or 3, ball on the 18 of the Giants. Come on, Tyrod, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. And he dives short of the first down. And we got a flag on the helmet-to-helmet contact on Washington. That's an auto first for the Giants. They take this back, I'm going to be pissed. And they pick up the flag. Hello, Raph. What a load of bullshit, but I can see it that he did miss Tyrod. And the Giants are just going to get rid of it. 4th and 1 from the 20. To be fair, I don't blame them on this one. But once again, Tyrod being indecisive screws over the Giants. He had a chance to get rid of it, and he didn't. Not a strong punt this time around. And Crowder only gets to about the 38 as far as he was able to go. Taken down by Dane Belton. 6:08 to go in the first. No score in New York. That said, this team needs to wake the fuck up on offense, or it's not going anywhere for the rest of the year. The fact that this team hasn't gotten an offensive touchdown week 3 is a bad since week 3 in San Francisco kind of proves that point. That Wink Martindale, that Mike Koepka and Bobby Johnson need the playbooks stripped from them. Koepka especially, since this team is not getting anywhere with how close-minded and close to the chest he is with that playbook. Dable, I am begging you to rip the fucking book away from Koepka when this season is over. Because as far as I'm concerned, Koepka and Johnson are the two who are on the chopping block the most when one looks at how this has been panning out so far for the Giants. And I don't think anyone would disagree with me on that account. Later today, most people get Rams Seahawks, Cardinals Rams Steelers, Cardinals Seahawks. I'm probably getting Chiefs and Chargers. Later tomorrow night, it's 49ers against Vikings. Thursday, Buccaneers against the Bills. .608 left in the quarter. 38-yard line for Washington. Howell out of the gun. And Washington gets their first down. Dotson gets it into the Giant 44. Pickup of 8 of 20. Oh, that was Samuel, excuse me. From the 44, the Giants. 1st and 10. Washington. Hand off to Robinson. Plowing through, and he'll get 7. And plowing forward, he's going to get 7 out of that one. Or 6. But I seriously swear we need to get rid of Johnson and Kefko when this season's over and get someone who's more willing to be versatile and open up the playbook in the latter case. And the former case, teach these guys to actually fucking block on the front line, on the offensive front line. 2nd and 4. Ball on the 38 of the Giants for Washington. Errant throw, nearly picked. 3rd down. For slide, this would be about a 56-yarder, but considering the wind is going towards the Washington goal and not the Giant one, I think he could try to hit it, but it depends on penalties. Ward threw Howell down after he got rid of it, and Flott pissed at himself for missing the pick, being unable to pick it off. 3rd and 4, 4:42 to go in the quarter. Ball at the 38. And ball at the New York 38. Howell is stuffed! Who got him? It's Leonard Williams. Let's see where he goes down. 47, 48-yard line? I don't know. Maybe midfield? Fourth and 13. So it was a 9-yard loss. Pushing it back to the 47. Shepard's back deep to get it, or just let it go over his head. And he'll catch it down to 12. And once again, the Giants are basically balled up in their own red zone. To start a drive. 3:51, no score. Or in the first quarter. At least the defense is holding strong. But how long is that going to hold up is my question. I hate windy days. The signal tends to fade in and out. Let me check how windy it is in my area. – 20 miles an hour. Not good. Of course, 60 Minutes just fake news BS. So fuck them. That's going to be a good matchup next week. That one, not so much. For those wondering what I was talking about, Dolphins-Chiefs is probably going to be the best game in Germany coming up next week. At least on paper, it should be good. Seriously, they're putting flag football in the Los Angeles games in 28. F that crap, as far as I'm concerned. Or FTS. Either way, Giants will set up at their own 12, 1st and 10. Barkley does find a hole, but he's going to only get about 3 on that one. Gets it to the 15-yard line, but that's about as far as he's able to get it. Or try to go 90. And with this Giants offense core this year, with how badly the O-line's been banged up, it's been borderline impossible for this team to get into the end zone. For touchdowns. 2nd and 7. Pass caught by Dale Robinson over the 25. He's over the 30. Cuts. 35. Brought down at the 38. Pick up at 23. Let's go. Or 37. So pick up at 22 from when he went down. From the 37. Pick of the handoff. Caught by, who is that? Slayton. 45. And he's out the 40. And he steps out the 42. Pickup of 20. No, 21, excuse me. Taylor breaks free, gonna lob it. Caught by Waller. First down inside the 30. 14-yard pickup to the 27 or 28-yard line. Not a fan of the black helmets for the Colts. But then again, since 92, they are 10-3 against the Browns. Taylor's going to run it. 20. 15-10. Down at the 8. Pickup of 20 on the ground for Tyrod. Let's go. Giants suckered the Commanders on that one. First and goal from the 8-yard line. Pick of the handoff. And down he goes for a loss of 5, and that will probably be the last play of the quarter. Seriously, Tyrod, what the hell were you thinking on that one? No score through 1. I mean, just let the clock run out in this quarter, for God's sake. And I think that's what the Giants are about to do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Quarter over. Second and goal from the 12 when we come back. New York 0, Washington 0. Sorry about that. Steps. Stupid Fitbit watch. This is the last time they got in the end zone. Third quarter against San Francisco, a Matt Breida run up the gut for 8 yards and a touchdown. They wouldn't get the 2-point conversion and have not scored a touchdown offensively in the last 4 hours and almost 4 hours of game time. Barkley with a handoff. He's going to get back to the, and he's going to get to the 5, so that's a pickup of 8, 3rd and goal. Or 7 to the 6. Excuse me. Excuse me, princess. Or they're going to give him 8 to the 5. 3rd and goal from the 5-yard line of the Commandos. Tyrod going to bolt, but there's a flag. This is probably going to come back. I'm going to guess a hold on the Giants. Yep, it's a hold. That's Justin Pugh. Third and goal from the 15-yard line. That was a gut punch. Penalty yards in the red zone, 68, 26. And they have the 5th most penalties in this spot at 10. So from 3rd and goal at the 5, it's now 3rd and goal at the 15-yard line. Giants need to throw it instead of run it. Touchdown! Darren Waller! Finally, after almost 4 games, the Giants have got one in the end zone! Stand up, New York Giants fans! Took these guys long enough. 8 plays, 88 yards, and 433. And the extra point, this time it goes through. The touchdown drought for the Giants offense is finally fucking over. 7-0 New York, 14-18 to go in the half. Let's go! Darren Waller with the over-the-shoulder catch from 15 yards out from Tyrod Taylor. And for the Giants, their first offensive touchdown again since the 3rd quarter of Week 3 against San Francisco. Eight plays, 88 yards, and a touchdown score. Gano to kick. There it goes. From the edge of the end zone. 10, 15. And tackled down at the 38 of the Commanders is Mobile. you guys know how I feel about the WNBA. I think it sucks. But congratulations to Darren's wife, Kelsey Plum of the Las Vegas Aces. I would prefer the Liberty winning, but again, I don't really give a rat's ass for the WNBA. What is that now? The fifth time I'm the Lib have been the bridesmaids and never the brides, so to speak. Fake of the handoff. Throw out of play. Incomplete. Uh-oh. Ref ball running amok. This is pass interference on Banks, even though that ball was nowhere near catchable. If it was, then I get it. But that's bullshit. Thank you. Yeah, I could see that being pass interference if that ball wasn't thrown 15 feet over the head of the players. Since that's not catchable, flags weren't way off, but Banks is shaking his head at how stupid that call would have been. 2nd and 10 at the 38 of the Commanders. And Robinson is going to get pulled down after a pickup of 2, maybe 3. Okereke sniffed him out. $21-0 Baltimore. That game is turning into a stomp, and I'm glad I'm not watching it. Especially when you consider the Ravens have only lost once to the Lions. And yeah, among those 5 wins is the Kyle Tucker miracle, Justin Tucker miracle record-breaking 66-yarder from 2021. Blitz comes, and down he goes! It's Pinnock with the stuff. 3rd sack of the day for the G-Men. And they're going to need that defense against the Jets. I mean, sure, the Jets suck. Ball sack on the offensive end, but you get the point. Coming up next week. From the 34, the punt will come. Kicks away. And once again, the Giants are going to let this roll to the end zone, to the red zone, and stop. And it's going to be scooped up, this time at the 16-yard line. 12:33 left in the half. New York up 7-0. I told the Jimmy Johns I live near to give me the sandwich, and they gave me a fucking wrap, which bugged me to hell. I'm going to laugh my ass off at this event when it comes out on Paramount Plus next week. South Park into the Panderverse, joining the Panderverse special. Uh-oh. Curtis Samuel now going into the locker room for the Commander to get things checked out. 1st and 10 for Washington, ball for the Giants, ball at their own 15. Taylor out of the gun. Hodgins catches it. He's going to get 4 on that one. 2nd and 6 coming up. I could have swore I saw a Commander jump the gun. Let's look at the last. In split safety coverage, the Commanders are the 3rd highest in the league at 55%, which is interesting to point out. Barkley in the backfield, 2nd and 6 from the 20. They're going to give it to Barkley, but it's snuffed out, and he barely gets back to the line. Emphasis on barely gets back to the line. Loss of 1. So it was a 5-yard catch by Hodgins. My bet to the 21. 3rd and 6. Now the ball's on the 20. Average yards to go, 7.4. Flinging it. I can't. Damn it, the signal faded out. Incomplete. That was intended for Hyatt. He got shut. Incomplete, intended for Hyatt. Giants will punt it away. Stupid gusts outside. Muff, and it's going to fall out of bounds at the Commander 23. Crowder had it hit off his fingertips, and then it rolled out of bounds. Washington will set up their shop at their own 23 to start this next drive. At their own 23 to start the drive. Coming up with 11 minutes and a half. Commanders down 7. And the Giants up by 7. Far as the Commanders have gotten so far on any of their drives, 15 yards. Giants have made it all the way to the end zone. Eight. 9, so that's 17. So 25 yards lost on sacks for Washington, where the Giants have only lost 4 on the sack against them. In its first 6 games, the Giants only had 5 sacks. Today, they've had 3 for a total of 8. Granted, half of them belong to Kayvon Thibodeau. But that said, under pressure today, Sam Howell has been sacked 3 times, knocked down 4, rushed 6, and had to drop back 9 times. First and 10, Washington from the 23. Hand off to Robinson, and he's barely going to get it back to the line, maybe get 1. Snuffed out by Bobby Okereke again. Commanders, cumulative total of yardage, 18. But and that was a 16-game season. And Howell's just going to bolt and get and slide down to 38. Pickup of 25, of 15. As he found the hole. Only the second first down for the Commanders in this matchup. Oh, he slid down to 35. That's where they marked him based on. Dotson gets 9 on the catch. And if it weren't for the gust of wind outside, I'd begin this game with a little more clarity. Second and 1 coming up. Ball on the Commander 44. Or 43. It was a pickup. It was a catch worth 8, not 9. My bad. Picked! It's Banks! And he'll be forced out at the Giant 37. Big time pick! Stand up! New York Giant fans. Taunt. Yep, this is going to push it. Oh, late hit by Andrew Lyle. My bad. That's going to push it from the 37 to the Washington 48. Let's see what happened here on this play. Okay, Howell's firing. Did he get tipped by Lawrence? Nope, he spiraled it. He was looking for Dotson, and Hyatt leapt up, and Banks caught it, and then Lyle shoved him out. No, that's not Lyle. Nine and a half to go in the half. The Giants will set up shop at the Commander 48 following the penalty. Best field position they've had all day. Fake of the handoff to Barkley. Taylor's going to lob it. Caught by Waller. He's over the 40, 35, and he's going to step out at the 32, pick up a 16. Or 15, so he stepped out to 33. Let's go, boys! Come on! Fake of the handoff again. Dumps it to Barkley. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Saquon Barkley! Stand up, New York Giant fans. 33-yard catch and run by Barkley. 32, and the Giants go up 13-0. Let's go! Come on! Haven't had this much joy in a Giants game for over a year. I've called in over a year. Bullseye! Grimkin with another PAT. Giants up 14. Unless they were going to Jets games, but that said, this is a game for Giants fans to get excited about. We'll bring good times, come on. I'm ready. Lord, can you stop with the wind currents? I need to watch this game in full clarity, damn it. I'll be right back, folks. He's got an open hole. Touchdown! Back in that line. 8:56 to go in the half. Giants up by 2 touchdowns. Tyrod Taylor, 2 passing touchdowns on 10 of 14 passing for 163 yards. Barkley, 69 yards total, including that 32-yard touchdown catch. And the ball falls off the tee, so Gano will have to reset it. He's blown off the tee, so Gano will have to reset it. They'll get the kickoff this time. Nope, it fell off the tee again. The ball got blown off the tee again. So the Giants will need to hold the ball in place just to get it into the air. Get it off that time, and that's going into the end zone for a touchback. So Washington will start off in their own 25-yard line. A reboot of Frasier, if you ask me. One that we don't really need, to be honest, when compared to the original 90s version of it. Because let's face it, with Kelsey Grammer, years haven't been kind. Non-command today, Commander offense, 4 punts, 1 pick, 42 total yards, 2 first downs, and they've been sacked 3 times and Howell's been stuffed 3 times for 25 yards. 1st and 10 from the 25 for Washington. They're going to hand it off to Robinson. He's going to find a small hole and probably get 5 out of that one. 2nd down coming up. 2nd and 5. Ball on the 30 of Washington. Clock ticking down in the half with about 8 minutes to go. A little less than 8.5 to go. Howell looks. He's going to fire down the left sideline. Swatted. Incomplete. That was... Nate McLeod breaks it up, intended for Terry McLaurin. 3rd down coming up with 8:14 to go in the quarter. In the half. Yes, PJ Walker's out with an injury. 3rd and 5 coming up. Ball on the first half points allowed in the first 5 games they played. The Giants allowed 18.8. Today, they haven't allowed a single guy into the end zone yet, or a field goal. Or even. And Howell's going to get hit with the dog. I mean, Howell gets hit with a dog penalty. For those who don't know what a dog penalty is, it's delay of game. Third down, ref, not 4th. That's not a lot. That's not something that causes a down loss. Thank you. They're going to pass it. Howell's going to fire it way overhead as he got away from Jihad Ward. Incomplete. Washington's just not in command today. And they're going to get rid of it with 8:06 left in the half. And this is a team that's getting the ball back in the ball first in the second half. Low punt, low snap, kicks away. Flag on the play. Shepard will get it to 22. Let's see what the flag is. I think this is going to come back, or it's going to be enforced on the catch. That makes sense. I didn't even see Brightwell on the field today. Okay, so what's Stable going to do? Take the half-distance penalty against them or re-kick it? Okay, so it was an offset. And so the penalty's offset. We'll replay the down. You guys can still hear my voice, right? Okay, right there. 26 got busted for running out, but where's the holding call? Okay, that's fair enough. I'm surprised the Giants got rid of Landon Collins again, but then again, he was a short-term free agent spot up. I mean, patch job. But whatever. Kicks away again. Shepard back at his own 23. He'll get it. 25. And get wrestled to the ground at the 27. We'll be back in about half a minute. 7:44 left in the half. New York up by 14. First and 10. Giants will start at their own 27. Start this drive from their own 27. They get a handoff to Barkley. Taylor's going to lob it. Caught by Hyatt. Or Waller to the 45, I believe, of Washington. I couldn't tell as the feed fizzled out on me again. Let's see. Which 45? Is it the Giant or the Commander 45? Okay, he's over midfield. So, Washington 46. So, 27-yard pickup. Or 45, so a pickup at 28. They get the handoff again. And this time he's going to get shoved down. He's going to get knocked down. Big time loss. Giants lose 15 on that sack. God damn it. You figured they were going to read this. Chase Young on the stuff. And a big time sack to push the Giants back to their own 40. Or 42. It was a 13-yard loss. We're going to send Chus. We're not going to get a flag. That was intended for Darius Slayton. So now all the Giants can do is just try to get a punt off and just kick it deep enough to where Jamison Crowder isn't going to try to return it. And once again, the Boo Birds are coming out. I mean, first quarter and a half has been pretty much the Giants, but this is a drive that would have been key to putting the foot down the throat, kind of like what happened last week in Buffalo. Matt Breida now in the backfield. Taylor's going to throw the bomb. And Hyatt has to break it up to avoid a pick, and I don't blame him for doing that. But as a trade-off, the Giants will have to get rid of it. Fourth down. And again, I wouldn't have minded a punt, an arm punt like that. Kicks away. Crowder will get it at the 7. Trips. And he's going to be forced out at the 25. So an 18-yard return for Washington. 6:10 left in the half. The Commanders are down 14-0 to the Giants. And he's been sacked 3 times for 25 yards. Whereas Tyrod has been sacked twice for 17 yards. $173-16 in terms of the passing game. They're going to hand it off to Robinson. And this time, he's not even going to make it back to the line. And Nacho with the tackle, but we got a flag. I don't know where this is going to go. Who's it against? Samio Charles busted for a hold. That's going to push the Commanders back to their own 15. I wish I didn't have such wind issues today. There's issues with wind speed, with wind gusts today. Either way, that's the 4th penalty of the day on Washington. First and 20 now for the Commanders. Ball at their own 14. Pass swat up in the air and drops down to the ground. Xavier McKinney with the swat. I don't care for slime time, even though I do have my mom's Paramount Plus account. First and 20 from the Washington 14. 5:42 left in the half. Play clock at 3. Howell gets it off. Short pass to Dotson. He's going to get about 11. And 10, maybe 11 to cut the amount of yards he needs for the first down. The Commanders need for the first down in half. So they got 10 out of it. 5:12 left, 5 minutes left in the half. Washington, their 6th third down attempt. They've been horrible today. Pressure coming again. Leo, and I believe that's Kayvon. Dex and Kayvon split the sack. They're on pace to double their sack total today. And they only had 5 all year coming in. This team's hungry today, boys. 4th and 18 after an 8-yard sack. Punts away. Backtrack by Shepard, the 44. And he gets hit in the face as he slips at the 38 for a return of 5. And for a 4-yard return. 4:08 left in the half. New York up by 14. Sam Howell has been having a shit game right out of the box. Maybe they can change it up in the second half. I don't know. He's had 4. Howell has dropped back 17 times, hurried 11, knocked down 5, sacked 4, and had a ball tipped, and not to mention he's been picked once. Barkley in the backfield, pistol setup, 3 wides. Robinson changes direction. Think of it. Oh, they did hand off to Barkley, but he's lucky enough to get 3 on that one. That was during the missed field goal drive. And this was the last Giants scoring drive. So we got 2 out of that. Caught by Waller on the short routes, and he's going to get 5? I don't know. Okay, it was 2nd and 8. Is it 3rd and 3 or 3rd and 4? Oh, 3rd and 2. So we got 6 out of that catch. Pretty good day for Darren Waller. 5 catches, 77 yards. He's been the most reliable target for Tyrod. Tyrod's going to have to bolt, and he's got the first down. Down at midfield. And off to Barkley. And he's going to get 3, I guess. 2-minute warning in the wings. Giants get 3 on that run. Giants in this half, 35 plays, 11 first downs, 252 cumulative yards. Compared to the Commanders, 23 plays, 12 and a half minutes of ball control for a measly 47, and we're about to go to the 2-minute warning in the half. And the Giants are just going to let the clock run out to get to the warning. 2 minutes left in the half. New York 14, Washington 0. That chicken from Popeyes. For those wondering, was I justified in doing what I did earlier with my more recent video? Things have been pretty. Patrick Warburton? This was last week, or maybe no, this was like 2 weeks ago. They barely got the W in a pretty sloppy ball game in Pittsburgh between the Ravens and Steelers last. I put emphasis on how sloppy it was. For those wondering, I'm not a liquor consumer. I could care less for booze. Second and 7, ball on the 47 of the Commanders for New York. Fake of the handoff. Taylor's going to let it go and go over the head of Saquon Barkley. Third and 7. On passing third downs, the Giants are 3rd and 6. 2 out of 6. Which is how they've gotten both their first downs through the air game. Average yard to go for them has been about 6.5 in the previous 8 first downs they've had. And Taylor is stuffed again. Hugh couldn't hold back Chase Young. Giants will have to get rid of it. Again. Either way, it's a loss of 9, and Washington will burn their first time out with a $1.49 left in the half. And for the Giants, that's now 26 yards lost on sacks. On 3 sacks. So on average, 8.66 yards lost in the sack for them, where Washington, 4 sacks. Fair catch at the 10 by Crowder. He's not going to let McLeod come at him. Washington will set up from their own 10. I mean, they know they're getting the ball back at the start of the second. They're getting the ball in the second half. So I'm not sure what you do in this situation if you're Washington. But one thing is certain, you really need to spruce it up. "51 yards, 4 out of 12 passing, sacked 4 times for 33 yards. So on average, 8.25 yards sack against Howell per sack for Howell. And Thomas will get close to the first down, maybe a yard short of it. Yard short. 90 seconds left again to at least field goal range. 2nd and 1. Ball at the 20 or just outside it or just inside it. And Howell is stuffed again! Lawrence and Thibodeau split another sack. And that's 5 sacks on Washington. The Giants have doubled their season total in this first half alone. And where'd that push them? Giants will burn their first time out with $1:14 to go. So it's 3rd down, and based on where he went down, 10. So the ball's on the 9. And 11. So he lost 10. Ball's on the 9-yard line. And that's the 39th sack through 7 games for Sam Howell. He has now eclipsed David Carr for second most all time for a quarterback to get stuffed in his first 7 games. Howell's going to launch it. And swat it away. Cordell Flott on the coverage. Went in and out of the hands of Curtis Samuel, who went to the back with an ankle issue earlier, but he's back on the field. 6 punts, average of 49 yards per way. Shepard has only been able to get 5 yards on average out of his 2 returns. And it'll be fielded where he picked it up at the 33. "59 seconds left in the half. Giants up by 14. And I'm kind of glad I didn't choose to watch Detroit over Baltimore this afternoon. That game is, if it's as bad as they say it is, it's a fucking stomp. I mean, you kind of figured the Lions were going into this one way over their heads. Ball be spotted at the 32. Taylor sips one to Hodgins. He'll get 8. Damn it. Broken up. That play was intended for Hyatt. 3rd down coming up. 37 left on the clock. That was intended for Simmons again. Looking to get into field goal range for Gano, so they're going to need about 20, 25 yards for that. This is going to be another hold on the Giants. Now, you can go either way with this. You can either, one, decline it since Tyrod was a yard short of the marker, or you can just enforce the 10 yards, just be a spiteful dick. That's Glowinski who's guilty. And they're going to enforce the penalty. 3rd down coming up. Pushed back to the 30. 30 seconds left in the half. Quick pass to Breida. He's going to get 4. And that's going to end the half. Giants will just walk it into the locker room. First half over with the score New York Giants 14, Washington Commanders 0. I did not see this right out of the box, but Washington will get the ball to start the second half. I mean, looking at the scores that are going on in the games that are active now, let's run them down. Indianapolis leading Cleveland 21-17 with about a minute to go in the first half, with less than 2 to go in the first half. Buffalo down to New England 13-3 at halftime. Detroit getting stomped by Baltimore 28 to a goose egg at the half. Chicago up 14-3 over Vegas at the half, and we're tied in Tampa at 10 at the half between the Falcons and the Buccaneers. But let's look at the stats in this game so far. Just the box score alone tells the story. Sam Howell, 5 out of 14 for 50 yards, but he has been sacked 5 times for 45 yards, an average of 9 yards a sack. On the other hand, Tyrod Taylor, 14 out of 22 for 209 yards and 2 touchdowns, but he has been sacked 3 times for 26 yards. Ground game, Giants, 73-31. Air game, 209-60, Giants. Longest passing play, they've given up 18 yards to Curtis Samuel. Longest the Giants have gotten, 33 yards, Jalen Hyatt from Tyrod Taylor. Both sides have botched the fumble, but were able to recover it in the Giants' case and to go out of bounds on a muff punt. Dexter Lawrence with a sack and a half. Jason Pinnock, Leonard Williams, Kayvon Thibodeaux, each with a full sack. Or rather, Kayvon didn't get a full sack. Derek Banks with a 6-yard pick. And 12 total punts between Tress Way and Jamie Gillian for an average of 50.4 yards. 5 kicks inside the 20. $11-2 in first down department, 8-1 in the air to 3-1 on the ground in favor of the Giants. 256 to 46 offensive total yards for the Giants. And yes, I am reading this right. The only place where it's relatively close is in clock management. 16 minutes, 47 seconds for the Giants, 13 minutes, 13 seconds for the Commanders. But that's only because the Commanders' defense, despite a couple of fuck-ups, has pretty much held rather sturdily. Only 3 drives, they've given up 50 or more yards. One of them ended in a missed field goal, over 40 yards. One of them ended in a missed field goal, and the other 2 ended in touchdowns for the G-men. Meanwhile, it's back and forth between Cleveland and Indianapolis, 24-21 in favor of the Browns now. Now with just over a minute and a half left in the half. But while that game is close in Indianapolis, this one has been anything but in Baltimore. Lamar Jackson's just having a field day. 3 total field touchdowns of the Ravens, 4, 255 yards. No Jimmy G for the Raiders. And Deontay Foreman. And it's Taylor Bagent behind under center for the Bears. And right now he's leading Chicago to a 14-3 outslot. But by far the closest other game is this one, Atlanta against Tampa. Baker Mayfield launches one down the left sideline, caught, and then just before halftime, the ball gets free and the Bucs recover it on a 3rd and goal. But it's the defense that's really coming through. 46 total yards given up to the Commanders. And they had 5 sacks all year entering this game today, folks. But we'll see how things play out in the second half. Maybe Washington alters the scheme. I don't know how it's going to play out. But it would help if it would stop gusting outside so I can at least get a clear reception for this motherfucker. Well, for the Giants, so far so good. Keep in mind, as I said, the next most logical game I could pick up down here is against Dallas. But as mentioned, I will not be covering that game due to the fact I've got a one-day comic convention I plan to go to on that day. Okay, out in the Greensboro High Point area. On the area between Greensboro and High Point. Tyrod has gone on a tirade in the first half. Still to come later today. Most will get Chargers Chiefs. Others will get Packers against Broncos. Those in the back half of today's CBS NFL on CBS doubleheader. Boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. It was all Giants in the first half. Cry, Eagles, cry. We are back in this cloudy day in the New York City Metro, New York, New Jersey Metro. Matt Ryan, Tiki Barber, Andrew Catalone on the call, all along myself, although I'm doing it from home, as well as various other Giant and Commander fans on YouTube across the internet. We are also doing it across cyberspace. Looking at this Giant offense, it basically ticked like an well-oiled machine. Tyrod getting his passes off within a 2 to 3 second window. When you look at how bad Sam Howell has been to start this game, it has been atrocious. He's been sacked 5 times for an average of 9 yards a sack. And he's been picked. And this time it's going to just go in the end zone for a touchback. Giants, it seems like Washington's going to switch it up. That's not going to be a good sign if the Giants can't adapt to it. But let's see what they can do. Washington sets up shop at their own 25 to start the half, and start the second half. And off to Robinson. And he's just going to make it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain. Sniffed out by Okereke again. Second and 10. Howell looks to throw, and he's going to be stuck for a loss of 7. Dexter Lawrence again. And guess who? It's Sexy Dexy. The sooner this wind dies down outside, the better. For those wondering, I'm experiencing 10 to 20 mile gusts outside my house. 3rd and 17 from the 18, or 16 from the 19. This could be a hold on the Commanders. It's a pickup of 14 of 12, but let's see what the flag is. Which I wouldn't blame them for declining. It is holding on the D, and Daboll is going to say no to it. Not going to give. That's Wiley. And that's Leno again. So that was a 12-yard catch that only got the Commanders to their own 31. They'll punt it away. Damn it, he muffed it, and the Commanders will have it at the Giant 21. God damn it. And now the Commanders have the ball at their best spot of the day because of a botched muffed catch. And Daboll is not happy with Sterling. And to be fair, I don't blame him for that. 13:09 left in the quarter. Commanders now have their best spot of the game in their best field position, deep in Giant territory just outside the red zone. Robinson cuts free, and he's going to get 4. And the Commanders are now in the red zone, in the Giants' red zone. 2nd down coming up. And who blames Sterling for being mad about it? Slamming his helmet on the pole. Ronnie Rivera got a reprieve there. 17-yard line. Pick of the handoff. Oh, they did hand off. Never mind. And it's a pickup of 5. I mean, seriously, why? I mean, I get why Sterling is the punt return today, but I would have preferred Okereke or someone else. But with Jackson on the shelf, with Ojulari on the shelf, making do with what you have, I get it. 3rd and 1 from the 12, they're going to bunch up. And Rodriguez does not get it. So at best, I mean, it's Jihad Ward on the stuff. So at best, and so at worst, the Giants will hold Rivera and the Commanders to a field goal. At worst, they're going to go for it. And they're going to go for it. I mean, Riverboat Ron's a gambler, so this does fit his wheelhouse of craps. Think of the handoff. Caught. First down at the 4. That's Dotson. At the 5, pickup of 7, and it's first and goal for Washington. We need a turnover, boys. First and goal from the 4. Out of the back corner, doesn't find anybody. Second down. I'm a little stumped why they go for the air attack instead of the ground game. But this has helped keep the Giants' O-line off the field, at least for this little bit. Second goal from the 4. And Robinson is in for a touchdown. And the Shepard fumble comes back to bite the Giants in the ass. Good freaking grief. Snap, kick. Got it. There goes the shutout for the G-Men, and the Commanders are back in the game. 10 minutes left in the third quarter. New York 14, Washington 7 on a botched, on a muffed punt catch, on a muffed fair catch. Son of a bitch. Fuck the injury bug. Fuck it to death. And when the trumpets of the angels sound on the final play, on the final days of humanity, and the final days of this planet, that little bastard will finally be gone. Once and for all. Kicks away. And Sly will kick it in the end zone for a touchback, so now the Giants will get their first offensive possession of half two. $10:21 left in the third. Handoff is to Barkley. 30, 32. Or 1. So he gets 6 on that run. Okay. $46 yards, 80 total yards on the day for Barkley. They're going to hand it off to him again. He gets the hole. And he's just about a few inches short of the first down. So they'll give him like 3.5, maybe 4, maybe 3 3/4. So what do you do here? Sneak it? Barkley will get it this time, and he'll get 2. And he'll pick up 3 for the first down as he slides down. He'll come off. Breida will come back in. Well, with Leo, you couldn't really move him anyway with that Albatross contract. And Breida's going to get stuffed for a loss of 4. The Commanders snuffed that one out. Time to go to the air game. That was intended for Hodgins. It got broken up by St-Juste. And Waller's going to be about a yard short of the first down. And the fans don't like that. And that's a sloppy kick by Jillian. Goes out to 21 after a kick of, 34. Seven and a half left in the third. 7.5 left in the third. 14, New York 14, Washington 7. So no Evan Neal today. That makes sense why the O-line has been a little better today. I wonder why Evan's out. Concussion protocol, knee injury? What is it? The way the O-lines are pretty banged up this year. Back 2021. Think about it. This would be 17-7. It's still be a two-score game. The Giants did miss that field goal to start the second drive for the game. Regardless, take what you can get. And we're back. Maybe it's possible this Giants team is not built for the primetime lights. They're better in the daytime. Regardless, 7:41 left in the third quarter. Commanders have it at their own 21 to start their third drive of the day. Tyrod didn't really get much on it, hasn't gotten much on his last couple of drives. 1st and 10 from the 21 for the Commanders. And Officer Robinson, and he's going to get, I'll say 3, maybe 2. Pressure rate for the Giants, 4 pass rushers, 47%, 1 sack. 5 of their 6 sacks have come when they brought the house, i.e., 5 or more pass rushers. That was a pickup of 2, so it's on the 23. Pick of the handoff. Howell with the screen. 1st down. And this is the main issue with the Giants. Their main chink in the defensive armor. Screen passes. 1st down on a pickup of 14. 6.5 left. Commanders have now gotten almost as many yards as they had in the first half. Ball on their own 37. Pick of the handoff. Howell's going to just get rid of it. We don't need another tie game like last time. Is this an intentional grounding flag or... This is a ref ball if it's against the Giants. It's intentional grounding on Howell. That's a down loss and a 10-yard penalty. Either way, 2nd down, it pushes the Commanders back to their own 27. And Rivera is giving the ref an earful. The line judge an earful. 2nd and 20. Ball on the 27 of the Commanders. Howell out of the gun. Well, that's caught, and it's going to get him about 15 to the 42. Let's go back to 2022. And this was the same crew that did the game that basically determined that the Giants got the second wild card spot. No call of PI on Darnay Holmes. 3rd and 5. Is this where you go with the ground route? 5 minutes left in the quarter. Just over 5 left in the quarter. And it's incomplete. Logan Thomas and I believe that's that's Xavier McKinney were fighting for the ball, and it just slipped out of both their elbows. Let's see. Out of it, and McKinney just couldn't juggle it, and Thomas tried to recover it, and it just missed him by a fingertip. So the Commanders will punt it away from their own 42. Now it's Slayton going after it, and he's just going to let it bounce into the end zone for a touchback. At least the defense is holding strong. 5:29 left in the quarter. New York 14, Washington 7. Washington's third drive of the day only goes 21 yards, and they have to get rid of it. Keep fuck up an intentional grounding call against Sam Howell. This is the most points the Giants have scored in a game I've called all damn season. Believe it or not. I don't think I'm going to be on the call next until Green Bay comes into town. Until they go up against Green Bay in December. As mentioned, I'm not going to do the Dallas call because of the convention I'm going to be at. Which, for those wondering, will be my last convention of the 2023 calendar. Will be my 5th and final convention of the 2023 calendar. I would have done more cons this year, but due to money being tight, the economy about ready to crash in a matter of months because of a certain idiot, incompetent commander-in-chief who people are now seeing for the criminal warmonger that he really is. I mean, there are still some holdouts, but believe me, come May, come within the next 7 or so months, the truth is going to get out. This better not be you, Marcos. Oh. Hi, Abraham Kashab AS. Why do I feel? During the commercial break, Rivera was given an earful to the refs for the bad call, the IG call. They get a handoff to Barkley. Tyrod's going to fling it, and it's way out of range for Darren Waller. I think Washington has changed up their defensive coverage, so now Waller can't be the pick. Or was that Jalen Hyatt? I don't even know why Taylor isn't even throwing it deep right now. Robinson and Bellinger now in for the receptions alongside Hyatt and Waller. Barkley in the backfield, 2nd and 10. And Barkley's only going to get about 1, maybe 2 on that run. That was a dumb play. And Waller's going to be a yard short again. And he's not getting away this time. He's brought down to 16. 4:03 to go in the quarter. 14-7 New York, and we got a Giant down. And now it seems like the pendulum is swinging in Washington's favor to some level. And it looks like the Giants are going to be without Saquon. That arm is as banged up as his left arm is as banged up as it is for next week's game with the Jets. Win or lose this one. Fuck the injury bug. Fuck it to its destruction when the apocalypse finally comes. And when doomsday finally comes. I mean, not just for here in America. I mean doomsday for the entirety of the planet. When the trumpets of the angels sound, and those who have given their lives to Christ will be sent up to heaven, and those who do not, well, you know what's going to happen. You're going to be left here to suffer until you repent. Just hold the line for another 19 minutes, man, Giants. That's a lie. 1st and 10 from the 17 for Washington. And the Commanders will get busted for a false start. This will push them back to the 12. That's Sankushi and Cosme, who's the guilty party. That's the 6th penalty on Washington. 6th penalty of the day on Washington. So it's now 1st and 15. From the 12. They get the handoff. Pitt! No! Tavon couldn't pick it off! So close! And he is hitting himself in the head for that one. For dropping that. That should be intentional grounding, and by rule, that should also be a safety for the Giants. Never mind. It would have been a pick six if Kayvon had caught it. 2nd and 15 from the 12. They're going to hand it off to Robinson, which hasn't really worked all that well today, and he's going to get one. Leonard Williams on the stop, 3rd down. Just went right through KT's hands. He's had a fumble recovery. He's had four sacks this year. And he nearly had a pick. Same thing happened to him in Seattle. He nearly picked it off. Can Washington finally get a first down? They're outside their own 13. And he's going to be short by about 3 yards. Maybe 2. That was Gibson with the catch. It's a pickup of 12. And the Commanders will once again get rid of it. And this is probably the deepest he's going to have to punt it from, his own 25. Slayton back to get it. This is 11 3 and outs for Washington. In total, 15 combined punts today. And this time, Slayton's just going to let it land in his lap for a fair catch at the 21. 2:26 left in the 3rd quarter. New York 14, Washington 7. It's a 1-score game. Tune in this Saturday when at noon it's Indiana against the 10th-ranked Penn State, Nittany Lions, and the top dogs in the BCS, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on the Florida Gators at 3:30 as Big Ten and SEC split it up. Yesterday, the Nittany Lions coming off a tearjerker. Lost to Ohio State, losing 20-12. 21-yard line, 1st and 10. Empty back set for Tyrod. He's out of the gun. Pressure comes. He's going to bolt. And he's going to get 5. This half has been pretty much all Washington in terms of yard production. 71-34 and 54-21 in the air. Ground game, it's a little more even at 17-13 in favor of Washington. Barkley's going to probably just get 2. Third and 3 from the 29. From the 28. The throw was intended for Robinson, but he went too high with it. And once again, the Giants are going to have to get rid of it. Motherfucker. Where's the offense gone in this half? $12 combined 3 and outs between both sides. Crowder at the 20. And he's brought down to 26. So what's the call? Illegal block in the back on the Giants or illegal block on Washington? Because that's what I'm getting at here with this flag. Okay, so it's a hold half the distance, so that pushes the Commanders back to their own 13, I think. Or is it going to be based on where the hold occurred? If it's a spot foul, then I get it. Okay, it's based on where the foul happened, which would have been around the 19-yard line, so the ball's on the 9, I think, if I'm looking at this angle correctly. Yeah, that is very uncharacteristic of Washington that have committed this many penalties today. So it's on the 10. Okay, so the hold occurred on the 20. Fair enough. That explains the half distance call. And he got it! Uh-oh. But what's the flag is the question. My guess it's pass interference on McKinney, but it doesn't matter. The catch was made anyway. Oh. What a load of bullshit. McKinney, you idiot. In addition to the play's end. I'm not sure if you can challenge this. Not going to do it. What a load of goat shit. What a load of goat shit. Anyway, it's on the 48 of the Giants. Big key play for Washington on this drive. They're going to hand it to Robinson. He's going to have the biggest hole he's had all day. Gets it to the 42 of the 45 of the. Last play of the quarter coming up. Pick up a 6 on that run. So I was right. It's like around the 42, 43-yard line. Fake of the handoff. Howell's going to fire it downfield again. And this time it's way out of range. Third down. This is the easiest third down, at least on paper, the Commanders have had all damn day. 7 seconds left in the quarter. Ball on the 43 of the Giants. Or is it the 42? I can't really see from this angle. 42 and a half. And another false start flag against Washington. That's going to push them another 5. And that's Leno again. Eight penalties for 65 yards by Washington and committed by Washington. And we've got a commander down. I can't see who it is. Looks like an Achilles rupture from the way he's sitting. We'll take an injury timeout. 7 seconds left in the third quarter. New York Giants 14, Washington Commanders 7. And it's Charles who's limping off and limping pretty badly. And he's gimping pretty damn badly from what I'm seeing. Third and 9. Ball on the Giant 47. Throw going deep again. No way, I heard a whistle go off. I think he was touched. But he was touched. So that's not a touchdown catch. But the third quarter's over, and the Giants need to wake up offensively. Washington is pounding on the doorstep. Third quarter complete. 14-7, New York. McKinney saved a touchdown with that touch on the helmet. And I mean, he literally saved a touchdown on that helmet, on the tap of the helmet. Just hope the Giants will not win this damn game, please. Forgive me for whatever depravities I have caused, I have done this week. That was the first third down conversion all day for the Commanders. They hand off to Robinson, and he's just basically stuck back at the line. No gain. Or Gibson, I should say. They get one out of it, though. So the ball's now on the 15. Sly would be able to hit a 33-yarder. Second and 9 from the 15-yard line. Too high for Samuel. And now 3rd and 9. Great. The troll bait's back. Third and 9, ball on the Giant 15. Defense trying to come alive here and hold them to at least a field goal. Damn it, the signal faded out again. Down by contact, it's not a fumble. So what are the Commanders going to do here? I mean, there's plenty of time left, so you could theoretically go for the field goal, but given Riverboat Ronnie's gambling, they're calling for the field goal unit. So Sly will come on. This will be about a 28-yarder at most. Giants are going to need to do some long drives. From 27, this is an easy chipper. It's blocked! Leo with the swat! $13:23 left in regulation. Giants up 14-7 with a big defensive stop. Stop on that block. Let's go! There's Joe Theismann. Bill Sims, that NFC title matchup. Giants shut out Theismann. No, wait, that was Montana they shut out. This was in the 86 divisional, I think. And that was ironically the first Giant win of that season. In an abysmal 3-13 outing that year for the G-Men. Ben McAdoo got replaced midway through that year. Handoff is to Barkley, and he's going to get about 2. Montez Sweat balled it up. Second down. Yeah, this whole half has been 142-39 in terms of yards in favor of Washington. Are we sure there wasn't a gun jump by Hudson? Either way, it's a loss of 4 for the Giants. Or 3. That's only the 4th time, though, Tyrod has been sacked, and at least that one was a minimalistic one. And down he goes again, you son of a bitch. But we got a flag. And that's going to nullify the sack. Giants get a 5-yard boon and a first down by default by penalty. That's at least a saving grace on that one. That pushes the ball back to the New York, puts the ball back on the New York 23. Let's see. Yep, right there, illegal contact. Waller was at the 30 when it happened. From the 24. Barkley finds a bit of a hole, and he's going to get about 5. So second down and 5 coming up from the 29. "96 total yards and a touchdown catch for Barkley today, but he hasn't had much since the first half. So it was a pickup of 6. Ball will be on the 30, or just on the Giants' end of it. And Taylor's just going to dive forward to get 1 if he's lucky at that. Okay, so he got no gain. Third and 4 from the 29. So it was a loss of 1, actually, when you think about it. Caught! Who was that? Barkley, pickup of 6. Clock whittling away. We're getting close to under 10 in the game. From the 36-yard line. Ridgeway and Sweat with the stuff. I don't think Barkley got anywhere on that run. Even if it did, it wouldn't have gotten more than a yard at most. So it was a 1-yard pickup. But that said, that's borderline hubristic to even say that he can shoot up the clock at this point. Taylor out of the gun. He's going to lob it down the field looking for Hyatt. He's got it! First down to 21 of Washington. Big game. Let's go. Stepped out and foot hit the chalk line at the 21. And that's where the Giants... Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? Are you fucking shitting me? Both his feet were in bounds when he had it. If this is called back, I'm calling bullshit. And that would erase... Balls on the 35, 40, 45, 15, 35, 40, 35, 30, 25. A 44-yard catch. And would completely erase a 44-yard pickup. Yeah, pickup of 44. That's a load of goat shit. This is going to take a little bit, folks. I remember those from back in the 90s. That commercial from back in the 90s. But then again, the Chiefs were about a hit or miss squad on the cusp, but then you were at the tail end of their abilities in the 90s. They'd start going into a tailspin in 98. And it's confirmed. Fuck you, Ronnie V. Riverboat Ronnie. Fuck you. It's a 44-yard reception for Jalin Hyatt that's going to stick. Thank you. 9:03 left in the quarter. Left in the game. Giants have it at the 21. That was their 7th plus 20 play of the day. Jalin Hyatt with a catch of 40, with a gain of 44 on that throw, on that catch. From the 21, Barkley in the backfield again. They hand it off to him. He gets free for a bit, but he's brought down to 15 for a pick of a 6. Okay. Let's go. Come on. Second and 4. And off to Barkley again, and he's going to get the first down at the 10. Clock being chewed up. 8:18 to go in regulation. Each team has missed a field goal. Giants hooked it wide right due to the wind pressure. Commanders had theirs blocked on the last drive. First and goal, Giants will have it from the 10 of Washington. 9 plays, 70 yards on this drive. Damn it. Barkley again. Did he lose the football? And they did. Son of a bitch. Motherfucker. 7:41 left. That's a momentum killer. Let's see what happened. Let's see. Did it get pulled loose? Yes, it was. Washington will have the ball on their 8-yard line to start this drive. 7:41 left. Son of a bitch. Commanders will have it at the 8 to try to tie it up or take the lead with 7:46 left. Howell fires, but he goes way too high for McLaurin. Incomplete. Son of a bitch. The Lord gives and he takes away. $7:43 left. The Giants are up by 7, and the Commanders have it at their own 8. This is going to be PI on the Giants, I think. That was close. Yeah, right there. That's a hold. If Trey Banks just let go, that would have been fine. Instead of 3rd down and 10, it's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Commanders at their own 13. 7.5 left. Howell's going to screen it. Dotson will step out, just close to the chain, a little short of the chain. Second and inches coming up. This better not end up like it did in this with this team with these two teams in this stadium last year. 7:15 to go. Second one, ball at the 22 of the Commanders. 7 minutes left. Quick pass caught, pick up a 2, first down. That's McLaurin on the catch. That's Dotson on the catch. Or Samuel, I don't know who number 4 is again. Not a big catch, but enough to get a first at the 24-yard line. The second half has been pretty much Washington's ballpark. 2 key botches for the Giants in this half, but they're still hanging in there. 6:25 to go. Ball on the 24. Howell's going to fire it. Swat away by McFadden. By McLeod, excuse me. Logan Thomas had it, but it got swatted out of his hand. Second and 10 coming up. 6:16 left in the game, and the Giants up by 7, trying to hold the damn line. I'm getting a fucking heart attack with this game. Logan Thomas gets the first down after he gets tripped up by McKinney. As Pinnock first and 10. Washington from their own 37. Samuel immediately tackled after a pickup of 2, maybe 3. Again, with this wind pressure going on outside, I can't really get a good cut. I mean, this thing is fading in and out on me with just under 5.5 to go. So it was a 3-yard pickup. Ball's now on the 40. They're going to caught again, this time in Giant territory at the 44. This time by Pringle. 4.5 to go, and I just heard my mom send down one of the laundry baskets. And close to another first down. It's Rodriguez this time. So a pickup of 8. And now the Giants defense is starting to gas itself out again. 3:56 to go. Ball in the 36, I believe. Second and 2 from the 38-7 or 6. Rodriguez again. He gets free, and he's going to get 7. He's going to get another 10. Motherfucker. Coming under 3 to go. And a false start on the Commanders. This will push them back to the 32. And it's on Wiley. And he's going to get about 4 of those 5 yards back. This will be the last play before the warning for Washington. 2:15 to go in the game. 2nd and 11 from the Giant 28. Caught. Dotson got out of bounds. Pickup of 9, so it'll be 3rd and 2 coming up. Cordell Flott on the coverage. Or 3. Come on, get the stop, boys. Get the damn stop. Please. From the 20. And he stopped! 1 yard short. But now the question is, does Washington go for it with 2 minutes left? I swear to God, I'm getting a heart attack with this one. Pardon my mouth, oh Lord, but you get my point. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. We know Rivera will go for it. 4th and 1 from the 18. From the 18 or so. They can't afford to field goal it. I mean, sure, they could and try to get an onside kick, try to win that way, but knowing Riverboat, that's not in his. I mean, that sort of thing is not in his vocabulary. Field goals are not in his vocabulary in this situation. He's going to go for it. 4th and 1. 2 minutes left. The ball is on the 18 for Washington. The Giants get this stop. It's game over. They just need to chew up the clock at that point. If the Commanders get it, we're still going. Gun formation. And McLaurin's got it, and he's going to get 7. Going to get 6. Banks managed to stop him before he got any further. So the Commanders are still alive for now. Damn it. Now the Giants have got to keep him out of the end zone. First and 10 from the 12. Think of the handoff. Howell looking, gonna fire into the end. Way over the head. Minute 10 left. Second down. Please hold the damn line. Atlanta defeats Tampa 16-13. Buffalo loses. Minute 10. Ball on the 12. Second down. Giants crowd the line. And pick up a 5. And the Commanders will burn their second timeout with a minute 2 to go. Yeah, that should have been a dog penalty. Oh, the Giants burned the timeout. I don't know why. Please no overtime, Lord God. Please no damn overtime. Minute 4. 3rd and 5 from the 7. We know that if they don't get it, they'll go for the 2 point. They'll go for or on 4th and goal. And no flag on Banks. So now it comes down to this play. If the Commanders don't get to the 2 at least, game over. If they get a touchdown, they could try to take the lead with a 2-point conversion. 1 minute, 1 second. No touchdown. No damn touchdown. Hal gets free. It's dropped! No flag. We win! Yes! Damn it, finally! This losing streak's finally fucking over. It's finally fucking over. Taylor will take a knee. Rivera will burn his first timeout with 52 to go. flags. Let's just hope I don't jinx it. Coming up, bonus coverage, Cleveland against Indianapolis, 38-33 in favor of the Colts. Third down. This Giant defense bent, but it did not break today. Third and 12 from the 5, which means the Giants will punt it away on this next. Lucky motherfuckers. Again, let's hope I didn't just jinx this team. $33 seconds left. Play clock is reset. The Giants are just going to let the clock run out. Game over. Giants win 14-7. Give me some smiles in the chat. Stand up, New York Giant fans. 14-7, your final score. Commanders drop to 3-4. Giants go to 2-5. I mean, it's not much, but I'll take whatever wins we can get. Final stats: 16-14 first downs in favor of the Giants, 9-10, 10-9 in terms of aired first downs, 5-3 in terms of ground first downs for the Giants, 2-1 in favor of Washington in terms of penalties. Third downs, but the key was the Giants stopping on third down. 5 of 16 for them to 1 and 15 for the Commanders, but 2 out of 3 in terms of fourth down efficiency for the Commanders. Yards, 356 to 273 in favor of the Giants, 5.5 to 4.1 on 14 drives in terms of total plays in favor of total play for the Giants. 250 to 197 on the air, 7.6 yards a throw to 4.1 in favor of the Giants. 1 pickoff against 1 interception against Sam Howell. 6 sacks for 52 yards against the commit on the Commanders. 4 sacks for 29 yards lost on the Giants. 106 to 76 in the ground in favor of the Giants, though the average yards of run went in favor of Washington, 4 to 3.3. 2 fumbles lost with the Giants, 1 on them off punt, and 1 getting stripped when the Giants held the line. 10 penalties for 75 yards against Washington, 4 penalties for 40 yards against New York, 31-14 to 28-46 in terms of time of possession in favor of Washington. The Giants hang on, albeit barely. That's it for this one. Leave a comment, smash the like, and sub to the channel. Next 228 signing out. Goodbye. Good fucking night. Bang. And Marcos, you're free to come back in.